Hey, what's up guys? I'm doing a Predaplant deck profile. Before I get started, this is not the best Predaplant build that's on YouTube or anything like that. This is my own kind of build of the deck because you guys asked me to make it, and so that's what I'm doing, so. But before I get started, I want to show you guys this. This is the Final Fantasy, cards. So they're actually pretty cool. The game is super fun. I was playing it last night against a friend of mine, and the star decks, if you guys get one, will actually do very well. They're actually better than the Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh star decks. So that says something about this card game. So, but anyways, that's basically all for Final Fantasy for now. If you guys want me to talk about it a little bit more, I can. If not, then let's get on with the deck profile. So, 3 Predaplant, Bank Ogre. So you can basically special this card from your hand by triggering a punch monster with a Predaplant counter, which that's basically what this deck focuses on, is giving your Predaplant or Predator counters. So, and then if this card sent from the field to a grave, place 1 Predator counter on each face-up monster your opponent controls, which is really quite nice. And then they become level 2, or no, they actually become level 1 as long as they have counters on them, so, which is pretty cool. So there's 2 of him. You don't want to brick him too much, but he's still a very good card to have, though. So, and then 2 Hydra. So basically, same thing. You can special it for your hand by trading a 1 monster with a Predator counter, and then during your player's turn, if this card is on the field, you can banish 1 Predaplant from your grave, Predaplant monster from your grave, and then target 1 monster on the field. It loses fire attack. So, which is pretty nice. It helps make sure that you can be over things. So, yeah. 1 Gofu. Gofu's in here because you kind of want to bring out your fusions as fast as possible. And so Gofu just helps because you can go double Linkspire and then go for Decode. So it's still a very good card, even though it's at 1. So, and then double 2 Spinos or Spino Dione, something like that. I'm sorry if I pronounced the names wrong, but yeah. So this card's no more special. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, put a counter on it, and then if it becomes level 2, or it becomes level 1 as long as it has the counter. And then after damage calculation, if this card battled a monster with a equal or lower level, you can basically special a Predaplant monster from your hand, or from your deck. Which is actually pretty cool. Except this card, so. Yeah. So it helps out a lot, and it's actually really quite good, so. And then the card that's being used in every deck is, or at least a lot of decks anyway, is Scorpio. So this card's no more special. You can send 1 monster from your hand to a grave, and then special Predaplant for your deck. Which, if you already have the counters on your punch monster, you can go for this guy, and then just fusion summon. So, yeah, and then Cobra, just for another name. You basically add a polymerization spell card or a fusion spell for your deck to your hand, which I probably should have thrown in polymerization in here, but or Bright Fusion, but yeah. So, but again, he's just another name. So yeah, and then 1 of this Predaplant. So on this card, inflicts battle damage. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, put a counter on it, and then becomes level 1. And then once returning, target 1 monster with a lower level than this one, and take control of it until end phase. So I just run one of it just because the attack points are really low, and so you mainly just want to use them when you need them. So, and then squid. So you can send this card from your hand to your grave, then target a face-up monster your opponent control or you control. This turn, it can attack all monsters your opponent controls with counters, one each, and then place one counter on each special monster your opponent controls. If you do, those monsters become level 1. So, which is really quite nice. So there's 3 of those, and then 3 of this. So basically, you can fusion summon with your punch monsters that have counters on them, which makes it really quite mean. So you have the fusion summon for a dark monster, and then the counters on your punch monster count as dark as well. So, which makes this card very quite good. And then 2 fly trap. So you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, place a counter on it, and then at the start of the damage step, if this card ballot a monster with equal or lower level, you can destroy that monster. Then increase this card's level by the result level of that destroyed monster. So it's pretty good. So yeah, and then this Predaplant. So when a punch monster occurs in a direct attack, you special this card for your hand. After damage calc, if this card battles a punch monster, you can destroy that monster. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card is sent from the field to your grave by a card effect, you can add one Predaplant card from your deck to your hand. So, except this card. So it's really quite good to help search for anything that you might need. So, and 3 Twin Twist, or 3 MST. Yeah. So just good to help get rid of back row. Predaplant. So real any number of Predaplants in your hand, then target that many face-up monsters your opponent controls, place a counter on it, and then if a Predaplant monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So it helps cut down the level, and then it protects your Predaplants as well. So, and then 2 Predaponic, or actually just 1. But once you're turning special a level 4 lower Predaplant monster from your hand or grave, but its effects are negated. And then once per turn during your semi phase, you take 800 or destroy this card. So it helps with bringing back your Predaplants, and then be able to use them for fusion summon. So yeah. And then this Predaplant card. So activate this card by targeting a Predaplant monster in your grave, and then special it. So it's basically a call to hunt for Predaplants, which is really quite cool. And then Predaplant. So if a monster with counters on it leaves the field, while this card is face up, you can add a Predaplant card from your deck to your hand, and then you can banish this card from your grave. You can summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, which is actually really quite cool. So it's basically a searcher plus a fusion summon, so which is really quite nice. And then 3 strikes, a warning, and then 2 scolding. I know that's heavy life point damage, but your opponent could always use Twin Twister, and then that would cut down the damage. But yeah, so that's basically it for the main deck. Now for extra deck. So, Greedy Vim Fusion Dragon. So you need Predaplant monster, 1 Predaplant, and then a dark monster whose original level is 8 or lower, or 8 or higher. So that would be starting Venom. So must be fusion summon. Once per turn, you can target a face-up monster until end phase. Change that target's attack to 0, and its effects are negated, which is really quite nice. And if this card is destroyed and sent to a grave, destroys main monsters on the field. Then you can banish a lower 8 higher dark monster from your grave, and the special discard from your graveyard. So it's really quite nice. To nuke the field and then be able to bring them back out. So yeah. And starting Venom. So basically, you can target a level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls until end phase. This card's name becomes that, and replaces the effect with this. So, which is really quite nice as well. And then if this card is fusion summon, the card is destroyed, you can destroy all special monsters your opponent controls. So it's also a board wipe as well for special summons. And so there's 3 of those. And then 2 of the new Predaplant. So once per turn during your first turn, you can target a monster your opponent controls, place a counter on it, and becomes level 1. And then negate the activated effects of your opponent's monsters with counters on them, which is really quite nice. I think this deck really needed this card in the first place. Just because it helps out the deck so much. And it's really quite nice too. So. And then 2 of the Chimera Refugio. So it's basically a... Oh, how do I want to put it? Basically a masterpiece with the banish effect, or with the effect. So once per turn, you target 1 monster on the field that's a less level than this card, banish it. So it gets rid of it, and it just says bye bye to it. So, which is really quite nice. And then when a attack is declared involving this card and a punch face up monster, you can activate this effect until end of this turn, that punch monster loses 1,000 attack, which is really quite nice as well. And if it does, this card gains 1,000 attack. So once per turn during the stamina phase, if this card is sent to a grave, you can add a polymerization spell or fusion spell from your deck to your hand. So, again, it's really quite good in that perspective to help get rid of basically anything that's a threat. So, and then decode, and then nothing spires for Gofu. So, but yeah, so that's basically my Predaplant deck profile. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in this afternoon's video. There you guys.